There's a sound that remains, but meaning has already left it behind. It is not interpreted, not understood, not translated. It simply persists as vibration without explanation. It exists in the space where comprehension has dissolved, but awareness remains. The cafe, the river, the tram lines all feel like they are inside this sound, not as objects, but as echoes that no longer point to anything outside themselves. And it feels like understanding has stepped out of language. The sound that remains after meaning has left, where perception continues without interpretation. And I realize that not everything we experience needs to become understandable. Even thought feels less like structure and more like resonance fading into itself. Maybe meaning was never inside sound. Maybe it was something we added afterward. The sound that remains after meaning has left, where everything continues without explanation. And I understand that silence is not absence of meaning, but its release. And the sound continues without needing to be understood. The river no longer feels like movement alone, but like something that has learned how to be quiet without stopping. It flows with a softness that feels almost like listening. The village is no longer defined by sound, only by what the river continues to carry. And it feels like silence has entered the water. The river that learned to be quiet, where motion becomes gentle enough to disappear into itself. And I stand here understanding that flow does not need noise to exist. Even ripples feel restrained, as if the river is no longer trying to show anything, only to continue. Maybe quiet is not absence, Maybe it is refinement of movement, the river that learned to be quiet, where everything continues without announcement. And I realize that stillness is just motion without urgency. And the river keeps being quiet as it moves. There is still a sound, but it no longer belongs to anything specific. It is not music, not speech, not movement, but something that remains after all of them have stopped trying to exist as separate things. It lingers in the space between thought and silence, and it feels like continuation without source. The sound that never fully left, where absence still carries vibration. And I realize that endings do not erase what they were made of. Even quiet feels like it is remembering itself here. Maybe sound never ends. Maybe it only stops needing form. The sound that never fully left, where everything continues in invisible resonance. And I understand that silence is not empty, but unfinished sound. And the sound stays without being heard.
The tram moves through the city without announcing itself. Or perhaps it does not move at all. Only the idea of movement passes through the fog of evening. People stand at stops without reacting, as if silence is now part of transportation. The rails reflect faint light, but nothing feels connected to urgency anymore. And it feels like arrival and departure have become the same thing. The tram that passed without sound, where movement becomes invisible but still real. And I watch it disappear into distance that does not feel far, only window show shapes of passengers that could be anyone or no one, as if identity itself becomes less important inside motion. The city continues behind them without interruption. Maybe sound is not required for movement. Maybe silence is enough to carry it. The tram that passed without sound, leaving only the feeling of something having gone. And I realize that not all journeys need to be heard to exist. And the tracks remain even when nothing speaks on them.
There is a silence that no longer feels empty, as if it has learned how to recognize presence without needing sound. It sits inside the cafe, inside the river, inside the space between moving thoughts, and it no longer behaves like absence. Even when nothing happens, it feels like something is still happening gently underneath, and it feels like silence has finally become aware of itself. The silence that learned your name, where quiet is no longer blank, but full of remembering. And I sit inside it without resisting, because even stillness feels alive now. The air does not shift loudly anymore. It only changes state slowly, like time dissolving into something softer than time itself. Maybe silence was never empty. Maybe it was always listening. The silence that learned your name, where everything unspoken continues to exist. And I realize that even what was never said still remains, and the silence keeps remembering without sound. The tables in the cafe no longer hold conversations, only the faint impression that something once happened here. Cups are gone, chairs are still, but nothing feels empty, only softened by absence that no longer needs explanation. The river outside continues its movement, as if it has never been interrupted by human presence. And it feels like stories have stepped away without disappearing. The tables after the stories left, where meaning lingers without form, and I sit inside what remains, not trying to rebuild anything, because nothing is broken. Light moves across surfaces without urgency, and even shadows feel like they are resting instead of fading. Maybe stories do not end where they are told. Maybe they end where they are no longer needed. The tables after the stories left, where silence becomes the only narration. And I realize that what happened still exists, just no longer speaking. And the room keeps holding what is no longer said. There is a sound that does not belong to hearing, but to the space between thoughts, where awareness is present but unformed. It is not music, not silence, not noise, but something that feels like the moment before meaning arrives. The cafe, the river, the tram lines all seem to exist within that subtle space where nothing has yet been defined. And it feels like understanding is happening before language. The sound that exists between two thoughts, where consciousness has not yet become structured. And I realize that not everything we perceive needs to be translated into form. Even memory feels suspended here, not as recall, but as possibility still unfolding. Maybe awareness is not continuous thought. Maybe it is the space between them, the sound that exists between two thoughts, where everything is present without definition. And I understand that clarity is only one version of perception. And the space continues listening without sound. The village fades further into distance, not as disappearance, but as something that no longer defines the river's presence. The water continues with the same rhythm it always had, indifferent to the structures that once surrounded it. Light still touches its surface in the same gentle way, and it feels like continuity does not depend on surroundings. The river that outlived the village, where everything human becomes temporary, but motion remains. And I realize that permanence does not belong to things, only to flow. The cafe, the tram lines, the small streets near the water all feel absorbed into something larger than memory. Maybe places do not disappear, maybe they dissolve into movement. The river that outlived the village, where only flow remains unchanged. And I understand that what continues is what has always mattered. And the river moves on without anything to compare itself to. The tram moves through the city, not as transport, but as rhythm, as if destination is no longer relevant to its existence. The rails exist only to guide motion, not to define it. Inside, passengers sit without urgency, as if arrival is no longer the point of movement. And it feels like direction has become secondary. The tram that never needed destination where movement exists for its own sake. And I realize that traveling is not about where we go, but how we continue. Windows blur the outside world into gentle abstraction, turning streets into feeling rather than geography. Maybe arriving was never the purpose, maybe moving was always enough. The tram that never needed destination, where nothing ends upon arrival. And I understand that all journeys are already complete while they are happening. And the tram keeps moving without needing to stop. The river no longer reflects just light, but traces of presence, as if it remembers the shape of everything that once stood near it, not as images, but as impressions that never fully disappear. The cafe, the tram stop, the village edges all feel present within it, and it feels like memory has become part of the water. The river that remembers the shape of us, where nothing is fully gone. And I stand here understanding that being seen is not required to be remembered. Even silence along the river feels structured, like it has its own continuity beneath the surface movement. Maybe we never left this place. Maybe we only changed how we exist inside it. The river that remembers the shape of us, where existence does not depend on presence. And I realize that everything we were still continues somewhere within it. And the river carries us forward without end. There is a street where even time seems to slow its pace, not because it is tired, but because nothing here demands urgency anymore. The cafe lights glow softly against evening air, and the river nearby reflects the street like a second, quieter version of reality. Everything feels slightly delayed, as if the world is remembering itself in real time. And it feels like even movement has learned patience here. The street where even time walks slowly, where nothing rushes to become something else. And I find myself moving inside that rhythm without resistance, as if speed has lost its meaning. Footsteps echo gently, then dissolve before they become distance. The air carries traces of music that is no longer being played, but still feels present. Maybe slowness is not absence of time. Maybe it is time finally understanding itself. The street where even time walks slowly, where everything continues without urgency. And I realize that nothing is late, nothing is early. Everything is simply here, and the street keeps moving without ever hurrying. The sky above the river has no urgency left in it, only depth and stillness layered over movement. The water reflects it without copying it, as if translation is no longer necessary between them. The world feels wider here, but not louder, and silence feels like it stretches farther than sound ever could. The river under a quiet sky, where everything continues without needing direction. And I stand here not as someone watching it, but as someone briefly included in it. The cafe behind me is no longer the center of anything, but it still exists, holding the shape of everything that passed through it. The village feels like it is slowly dissolving into atmosphere rather than disappearing. Maybe nothing ends, maybe it only expands into something less visible. The river under a quiet sky, where presence does not require recognition. And I realize that being here is already enough. And the sky does not change, it simply continues. The river flows differently now, not because it has changed, but because there is nothing left to compare it against. It no longer reflects faces or places, only movement itself. The village has faded into something beyond recognition, but the water remains unchanged in its quiet persistence. And it feels like reflection is no longer necessary. The river that no longer reflects us, where identity dissolves into flow. And I understand that seeing ourselves was never required for the river to continue. Even light feels less defined here, as if it has let go of trying to describe anything. Maybe recognition was never the point. Maybe movement was always enough. The river that no longer reflects us, where everything continues without acknowledgement. And I realize that existence does not require recognition. And the river moves on without looking back. The river flows without expectation of being seen, as if it has finally learned that its existence does not depend on reflection. The village is far behind now, or perhaps it is still here, just no longer required to define the river's direction. The water carries light, but does not announce it, and it feels feels like presence, no longer needs attention. The river that no longer needs witnesses, where movement exists without observation. And I realize that even if no one is here, everything still continues exactly as it is. The surface breaks gently with wind, but nothing feels disturbed. It is not silence, not sound, only continuity without interruption. Maybe being seen was never necessary. Maybe existing was always enough. The river that no longer needs witnesses, where everything flows for its own sake. And I understand that meaning is not required for motion to continue. And the river moves on, regardless of presence. The river no longer changes in response to being seen or not seen. It flows in a state that is completely independent of observation, as if awareness has been gently removed from its structure, without affecting its continuity. The village has become something that no longer frames it, only something that once passed through its edges without altering its direction. And it feels like perception is no longer part of movement. The river that moves beyond observation, where existence is no longer linked to being witnessed. And I understand that reality does not require awareness to persist. Light touches the surface without expectation of reflection. And even reflection itself feels unnecessary. Maybe being seen was never part of existence. Maybe it was only part of interpretation. The river that moves beyond observation, where everything continues without being confirmed. And I realize that what is real does not need to be recognized. And the river continues without needing to be seen. There is a sound that slowly becomes distance instead of silence, stretching outward rather than disappearing. It does not end, it moves away until it can no longer be distinguished from space itself. The cafe, the river, the village all seem to recede inside it, and it feels like hearing is becoming memory. The sound that turns into distance, where what was heard becomes far without vanishing. And I understand that fading is also a form of continuation. Even thought feels like it is moving further away from itself. Maybe distance is just sound after transformation. Maybe silence is only its final position. The sound that turns into distance, where everything continues farther than perception. And I realize that nothing truly disappears from experience, and the distance keeps expanding gently. There is a sound that continues, even though its source can no longer be located. It is not music, not speech, not memory. It is only continuation without origin. It exists as if it was never produced, yet never absent. The cafe, the river, the tram lines all seem to exist inside it, not as elements, but as echoes that no longer point backward to anything that created them. And it feels like origin has dissolved completely. The sound that has no source left, where continuation exists without beginning. And I understand that not everything must come from somewhere to remain real. Even silence feels like it is part of this sound, not as contrast, but as extension. Maybe beginnings were only ways of understanding continuity. Maybe everything was always already in motion. The sound that has no source left, where existence no longer requires origin. And I realize that what continues does not need to be traced, and the sound remains without beginning. Evening arrives slowly at the river, not as a moment, but as a gradual softening of everything that was once clear. The water darkens slightly, not with heaviness, but with depth, as if it is carrying more than it shows. The village begins to quiet in layers, one sound after another, stepping away from the day. And the world feels like it is lowering its voice. The river at the edge of evening, where light dissolves instead of disappears. And I stand here watching the transition without needing to name it, because everything already understands what is happening. Reflections become longer, slower, less defined, as if the river is remembering more than it is showing. The air feels still but not frozen, just paused in a way that feels natural. Maybe evening is not the end of the day. Maybe it is the day. Learning how to let go. The river at the edge of evening, where everything becomes softer without breaking. And I realize that endings do not arrive, they unfold. And the river keeps moving into what comes next. The river continues, but direction no longer applies to it. It does not move forward or backward, not because it has stopped, But because movement itself has become the only remaining condition, memory does not attach to it anymore, not because it is lost, but because it is no longer separate enough to be held. The village has dissolved into something softer than distance, and even time feels like it has stepped out of the river's structure entirely. And it feels like motion has detached from meaning. The river that moves without direction or memory, where flow exists beyond orientation, and I stand at its edge understanding that movement does not require purpose. Light no longer reflects in ways that suggest form, only in ways that suggest continuation without reference. Maybe direction was only perception layered onto flow. Maybe memory was only an attempt to stabilize change. The river that moves without direction or memory, where nothing needs to be oriented to exist. And I realize that continuity does not depend on understanding. And the river keeps moving without ever needing to know where. There is a tram line that no longer exists in the physical world, yet returns in sleep, in thought, in the quiet spaces between waking moments. It moves without sound, without destination, yet somehow still feels familiar. The city around it is softer in this version, less rigid, more memory than structure. And it feels like distance no longer matters here. The tram line that returned in dreams, where movement is made of remembering, and I find myself boarding something that does not need to exist to be real. Windows show versions of places that are no longer accurate, but still emotionally correct, as if truth has shifted into feeling rather than fact. Maybe dreams are not escape. Maybe they are continuation in another direction. The tram line that returned in dreams, where nothing is fixed, but everything feels known. And I understand that some journeys only happen when the world is not looking. And the tram keeps moving through places that no longer exist. The music has stopped, but something of it remains in the air. Not as sound, but as residue, like emotion still vibrating in the space between objects. The piano is closed, the saxophone's silent, but the cafe is not empty of them. The river outside continues as if nothing has changed. And silence feels fuller than sound ever was. The sound that stayed after the music ended, where absence still carries rhythm. And I realize that endings are never complete, only shifted into quieter forms. Even footsteps feel like echoes of something that has already passed twice. The room holds memory without needing to recall it actively. Maybe music never ends where it is played. Maybe it ends where it is remembered. The sound that stayed after the music ended, where everything continues in invisible form. And I sit inside that quiet continuation without needing to explain it. And the silence still carries a melody. The river no longer feels like water alone, but like communication without language, moving in patterns that do not need translation. It does not tell stories, yet everything inside it feels like meaning. The village fades further away, but nothing about the river becomes less present. And it feels like understanding is happening without explanation. The river that speaks without words, where meaning exists beyond language. And I stand here not listening, but receiving something that cannot be named. Light breaks across the surface, like thought breaking into form, then dissolving again before it becomes fixed. Maybe language is only one way to understand. Maybe movement is another. The river that speaks without words, where everything is understood without being spoken. And I realize that comprehension does not always need structure. And the river continues, speaking in silence. Distance is no longer something far away here. It has become something close enough to recognize. The sound of the river, the hum of the cafe, the faint movement of the city beyond the trees. All of it blends into a single atmosphere that feels strangely intimate. Even silence feels like it has learned your name, repeating it softly without sound. And what once felt far now feels like it has always been nearby. The sound of distance becoming familiar, where separation slowly turns into presence. And I find myself no longer reaching for what is far, but listening to what is already here. The cafe does not change, but the way it feels changes with time. As if familiarity is something that grows in the air, rather than in objects outside. The river continues without explanation, yet it no longer feels distant. Maybe distance was never about space. Maybe it was always about understanding. The sound of distance becoming familiar, where everything once far begins to feel like it belongs. And I sit inside that realization without needing to name it. And even silence feels closer than before.